Today we're going to talk all about knowing what kind of content to create and how to just get it out there. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Bucci Business Channel, where I teach you all of my secrets on social media growth, business, and entrepreneurship. And I'm so excited that you're here. And today we're going to talk all about knowing what kind of content to create and how to just get it out there. So just going to dive right in. Knowing what kind of content to create, number one, has to come from your research. So you really truly have to know what exactly you want to do. So if you're just posting on Instagram and you're just kind of doing it for no rhyme or reason, picture of your cousins over here, picture of your food over here, and a supplement here, and then you're also posting about fashion and this and that, you really have to know exactly what kind of page that you want to have. So when you're first getting started on Instagram and you don't really have, a theme yet, or you don't really have a whole lot of followers, the thing is that you kind of have to play a little bit of the game. So if you want to make a fitness page, that page has to scream fitness. It has to be like blatantly obvious in your face that you're a fitness page, you're a travel page, you're a beauty page, you're a makeup page, and having it be really, really, really obvious, it's going to make it so much easier for someone to say yes and to follow you. So if you're kind of just wishy-washy and you have a bunch of different stuff on there, narrow down on something and double down on what you're really good at and what you're most passionate about right now. And if you want to expand and grow, like I've expanded into the powerlifting community, business community, entrepreneurship, all of that kind of stuff. But that's only because I did really, 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 really well with bodybuilding, bikini competitions, and just fitness in the fitness niche. It was very obvious that all of my content was essentially just fitness, and it'd be really weird if you saw me in a pair of jeans or something like that. But now that I've grown and I've established myself, I can do that because people trust me and like me, not necessarily just because I post workout videos. Does that make sense? So make sure that when you're on the come up, something really, really clear, in your face, obvious theme and kind of page that you have. And then you really have to do your research. You have to figure out okay, what does really well already? The biggest thing that does really well, especially in fitness, is videos and mirror selfies, which is weird as that is. All of these things you have to take into consideration, of course, to play the game. But I don't ever want you to be fake. I don't ever want you to just share something that makes sense in your niche that already does well, but you don't necessarily like doing it. There's a really fine balance and a fine line between really liking something and you're just like, screw it, I'm gonna post it because it makes me happy, and then thinking about your brand and your page as a business and posting what's going to make most sense for you very specifically, and not attach it to yourself or what you really want. But you also have to just be authentic and be yourself. Like for me, if I want to share something, I really struggle to just be fake and post what's going to do really well. Like butt pictures do well, but I try not to post those because I don't want to attract that kind of audience, stuff like that. So take all this stuff into consideration with your own authenticity, your own personality, and what makes the most sense for you in mind. So I have a couple of Influencer Academy students that are just like, I can't do the mirror selfie thing, it doesn't feel right to me. And yeah, that might make sense for social media with fitness, but if it doesn't feel right to you, if it doesn't make any sense to you, step outside of your comfort zone and give it a good go first. And if you're just like, you know what, I'm good, like this isn't what I want my page to be, totally, totally, totally okay. But again, you have to make sure that you do the research and you figure out what is doing well in your niche already. So again, with fitness, workout videos, transformation posts, side-by-side comparison photos, any picture that has you in the frame with at least 3/4 of your body. Face selfies don't do as well on my page. I've seen other people also have that same issue because with fitness, people like to see what you look like. They like to see you facing the camera with good lighting in front of you. So all that kind of stuff already does well. So make sure that you know that. And when it comes to images, content, so like the actual things that you post on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, the actual image or video itself, you can think about what already does well and you can kind of recreate it and make it your own and make it even better. But when it comes to the actual, content specific, so like what kind of videos, what kind of captions, what kinds of things are gonna go with what, I know a ton of people struggle with just knowing what to post. The best way is to do two things. Do a brain dump of everything that you know that makes sense for the person that you're trying to attract. So again, we'll go back to fitness. If you're focusing on building a clientele with fitness, you literally have to think about, okay, what do people want? What are people interested in? They want to learn how to exercise. They want to learn how to eat better. There's so many different categories and aspects of that. Like everything that you know to a T, just even basically like what is protein and why do you need to eat it? Like things that are that simple, you might have to backtrack. If I had no idea about anything in my niche, what would I need to teach? What would I need to talk about? What kind of content would I need to curate and post out there? And then number two, the other way to find good content is to go on potentially an influencer's Instagram or a place where people ask a lot of questions. Going to someone's Instagram and like if they're doing a Q&A, go to that Q&A post on Instagram. Like I know I've posted and said, write me your questions for a Q&A. And there's hundreds of people looking for information and answers to things. So if you don't know what to answer, just go to one of those posts, go find questions people are asking on other people's pages and figure out exactly like, oh, I know that, I can make content around that. Like I know the answer to that question, let me just create that. And then put it all into like an Excel document. I have open right here a really organized Excel document. I'll show you guys with my content idea, the information that's gonna go in the content, the platform that I'm gonna post it on, the upload date and the film date and all of that stuff, just so it's organized and I know exactly what I'm doing everything. Another really easy thing to do when you're organizing your content, figuring out what to upload, separate out your content into a variety of topics. So if you're doing fitness, you can do nutrition, training, communicating with people, mindset focused stuff, different types of recipes, different types of food, different types of exercises, comparing bodybuilding, powerlifting, CrossFit, like anything that has to do with something in one category, you can separate it off into categories. So maybe you're into beauty, and I know literally nothing about beauty in the beauty industry, so if I'm wrong, keep me posted, but you can do makeup tips, you can do hair tips, you can do kinds of different kinds of brand comparisons. You can do anything that people are interested in. Another really great way to do research is to just type in the word fitness or beauty or gaming or fashion or whatever your niche is, and then see what videos pop up on YouTube. It is a search engine that is the best way to find other kinds of content that already do well, and you can just recreate it on your own. So again, there's a fine line between being a copycat and just copying something someone else did, and just recreating content that is something of interest that you can have your own spin on it. I always say that there is no new information out there. No one's saying anything new. They're just like DJing it. I had a business mentor tell me this little example, so credit to him. The DJ gets paid more than the original artist, as sad as that is, but they mix up something that's already there and make it better. So they're just like, you're just DJing everybody else's content all the time. That's what everybody does. It's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. No one has created new ideas. Like even Tony Robbins, he's taken from his business mentors and people who started before him, and everybody's taken Tony's stuff and just DJ'd it their own way, but it's not stealing someone's, ideas necessarily. You're just taking things, finding out what people are excited about and interested in, and just making it your own, because you are your own platform, you have your own experiences, and you have your own perception on things that people can still relate to. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Comment your Instagram handle below to be one of the first 3 people to get an Instagram engagement audit, and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel if you're not already. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. I'll be the best you could have had.